Did you know that crocodiles can literally slow down their heart rate to 2 beats per minute and just sit there, totally still, for up to an hour, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? 2 beats per minute. Just vibing. While everything around them is screaming, rushing, panicking, overreacting, and flailing around like it's the end of the world, that prehistoric, cold-blooded murder lizard is just chillin', patient, present, focused, calm. Now imagine if you could do that. Not the murder part, don't get weird on me, but the calm. The kind of calm that makes people uncomfortable. The kind that doesn't flinch when everything else is breaking down. The kind of calm that makes people go, "Why the hell are you not freaking out right now?" And you just look at them like, "Because I trained for this." See, we live in a world where everyone's playing emotional whack-a-mole with their own anxiety. Stress pops up, scroll TikTok. Sad, snack time, insecure. Buy something, edit your selfie, pretend you're fine. But the real flex is not reacting. It's watching chaos knock on your front door and being like, no thanks. I'm not home today. That's power. That's peace. That's the kind of presence that doesn't need to prove anything, because it is the proof. But let's be honest. Calm isn't sexy. Drama is. Chaos is. Breaking down in your car while scream crying to Phoebe Bridgers is somehow more relatable than taking a deep breath and saying, "This too shall pass." But what if being unbothered was your rebellion? What if your inner stillness was your middle finger to a world addicted to panic? You ever notice how the loudest person in the room is usually the most scared, and the quietest one probably watching, listening, calculating, already 3 steps ahead? Because calm isn't weakness. It's discipline. It's emotional jujitsu. It's the art of not letting stupid SAT rent space in your head. You don't need to control the storm. You just need to stop letting it control you. But I get it. It's hard. You've been trained to react. You've been programmed to need the noise. You open your phone like it's a defibrillator for your nervous system. You can't even take a dump without watching 3 conspiracy videos, 2 cat clips, and a guy in a shed yelling about real estate. Silence feels like death. Stillness feels like failure. But what if it's actually the cure? Here's the thing no one tells you. Your nervous system has no idea how rich you are, how hot you are, how many followers you have, or how many problems you're pretending not to have. It only knows one thing. Am I safe right now? And every time you go chasing drama, validation, or chaos, it hears no. So it tightens up, speeds up, freaks out, until your body becomes a battlefield of stress and confusion. That's why you're so tired. That's why your soul feels like it's running on 2%. That's why even good days feel like a break between breakdowns. You're not lazy, you're not weak. You're just fried, frazzled, pulled in 20 directions and somehow still stuck. You ever felt that? Like you're working, surviving, posting, socializing, and still feel like you're nowhere? That's because noise doesn't move you forward. It just keeps you spinning. But calm, real, earned, crocodile-level calm, that's your exit. That's the hack. Because when you're calm, you stop chasing things that don't matter. You stop trying to impress people you don't even like. You stop negotiating your peace for cheap dopamine hits that leave you more numb than alive. You start showing up with clarity, with power, with this quiet confidence that makes people say, "I don't know what they've got, but damn, I want it." You know why? Because calm is rare now. And anything rare is valuable. You ever met someone so composed it almost pissed you off? Like, genuinely. You're in a group chat meltdown, everybody's losing their minds over a typo or some petty drama, and this one person is just sipping tea, not responding, not taking sides, not emotionally invested in the circus, just there, like a mountain, calm, watching, breathing, and you're low-key furious like, "Why are you not freaking out with the rest of us?" And they look at you with this peaceful, unbothered face, like they've already made peace with every outcome before it even started. That kind of energy is magnetic and terrifying. Because deep down, we all know we don't have it, at least not yet. Most people are walking around like open wounds with Wi-Fi, constantly reacting, constantly seeking validation, constantly in a silent panic looking for the next notification to give them a crumb of meaning. But the calm ones, the ones who don't argue, don't gossip, don't over-explain, don't chase. They feel like aliens or monks or serial killers. It's hard to tell, and it's because we're not used to seeing stillness as strength. We think silence means weakness, that not engaging means apathy. But no, sometimes silence is a strategy. Sometimes peace is power. And the truth is, that kind of calm isn't born. It's built. They weren't born like that. They chose it. They trained for it. You think they never had anxiety? You think they never wanted to clap back or explode or prove their point? Nah. They just practiced restraint. They learned the lost art of shutting the hell up and observing. They understood that energy is currency. And every time you react to nonsense, you're spending yours on trash. That level of discipline doesn't come from books or YouTube clips with alpha energy in the title. It comes from reps, daily emotional reps. You start small, like that text from your ex, the one that makes your stomach drop and your heart race. Don't respond right away. Just wait, breathe. Reclaim your power in that space. Because every time you pause instead of react, you're building the muscle. Every time you let a passive-aggressive comment slide without spiraling into an imaginary courtroom in your head, you're lifting. Every time you sit with a feeling instead of running from it, you're adding another brick to your fortress of chill. It's not glamorous. No one claps for you. You don't get a medal for not losing your shit at work when your manager says something condescending. But you do get stronger. You start to notice you don't flinch as much. You don't overthink as long. You don't get sucked into chaos as easily. You start choosing peace, not because you're soft, but because you're done paying emotional rent on places you've already moved out of. And people notice. Trust me. They feel it before they see it. There's this quiet power that walks in the room before you say a word. It's the vibe of someone who doesn't need to prove a damn thing, who doesn't collapse when they're misunderstood, who doesn't chase closure or clapbacks or approval. You become the person who doesn't just have presence, but is presence. Rooted, steady, unshakable. And yeah, it's gonna weird people out. Calm confuses the chaotic. It makes insecure people itchy. They'll poke at you, try to stir you, try to figure out what your deal is, because your peace is louder than their noise. And that, my friend, is deliciously disruptive. It's revolutionary. In a world that monetizes your fear, rewards your rage, and thrives on your restlessness, being calm is a straight-up rebellion. It's saying, I see your panic, and I opt out. That's next-level strength, and it's rare, which makes it priceless. Because when you meet someone who's genuinely calm, you're not just seeing someone who's relaxed. You're seeing someone who's done the work, who's dug through their trauma, who's sat with their discomfort, who's walked through their emotional earthquakes and came out the other side, not untouched, but anchored. They're not immune to pain. They just don't let pain drive the car anymore. They've taken the wheel back and they're cruising, steady, focused, untouchable in the best way. So if you're building that, if you're learning to pause, to breathe, to not take the bait, to hold your power quietly, keep going. You're doing the hardest thing. You're rewiring yourself. And yeah, it's uncomfortable. There'll be days where you feel like exploding, where silence feels like swallowing glass, where every part of you wants to scream, why am I doing this? But then, one day, someone tries to drag you into chaos, and you just smile. Not a sarcastic smile, a peaceful one, because you know. You've seen that movie, you know how it ends, and you've already walked out of that theater. You're watching life from a different seat now. You've upgraded, you've evolved, and your peace, your composure, it's not passive, it's active, it's alive, it's powerful, it's yours, and you earned it. One uncomfortable breath at a time.